out of Washington, former Jacksonville Jaguar. On first down, fake the handoff. Wide open, Zach Miller. He's gone. Touchdown, Oakland. Beautiful play call and well executed by the Raiders. 43 yards to go in front. In the backfield for Denver. Play fake. Orton to throw. Sideline route. It's intercepted. Chris Johnson for the touchdown. A pick six. Tebow operating out of the gun. To Thomas. And Thomas lost the football at the end of the play.
They're saying he's down,
Scooped up by Houston, but he was down.
The officials come in and they whistle that at first they thought that Demaryius Thomas's knee was down, but once the recovery is made here, it'll be Raider ball at the 21-yard line. Great challenge by Tom Cable.
Oakland can add to it. Handoff. McFadden untouched. Touchdown Raiders. Oakland is blowing out the Broncos here in the first quarter. Campbell deep drop, set up the screen. McFadden, he's got room, and McFadden, second effort, touchdown Oakland. Handoff. McFadden through the middle, touchdown. In his first half, 5 receivers set. Orton throws, catch made by Moreno, touchdown Denver. From the gun, Orton, screen, Moreno, no shot, Moreno. He's in. Play of the drive. Motion man is Miller. Handoff. Marcel Reese steamrolls in. He's been shut out. Darren McFadden has not been shut out. McFadden busting it to the outside. Touchdown Raiders. 7 offensive linemen. Handoff to Bush. And Oakland continues.
Let's go. It's time to do it. It's time to do it, baby. This is what we've been waiting for.
You couldn't have written a better script for the 14-2 Jaguars' run to the Super Bowl following the 1999 season, the one that brought Miami to Alltel Stadium for a divisional playoff game. After all, the Dolphins were the heritage team in the state of Florida and still had legions of fans in what had become Jaguars territory. The Jaguars were confident that they were the better team. But what unfolded on that field that afternoon was beyond anything that anyone could imagine. Touchdown pass to Jimmy Smith gave the crowd reason to shout. Those shouts would become increasingly louder and more boastful as Aaron Beasley intercepted Dan Marino on the very next play.
First down, and he will throw. Mild play action goes left, intercepted by Aaron Beasley. Picked off by Beasley. And the problems persist for Dan Marino.
That's it, baby. That's where you started, baby. That's where you started right there, baby.
And Mike Hollis made it a 10-0 score.
Just outside the 35, so a 45-yard effort is good.
5 plays later, and Alltel Stadium was a sea of hysterical fans, except on one sideline where the Dolphins were in shock.
But he knows he doesn't have a big play team, and Jacksonville does. Taylor skips 2 tackles, and here we go. Bye-bye. Brock Marion chasing. Brock Marion still chasing. Gets help from Smith. Touchdown. No flags. A 90-yard run.
He is so special, boy. Look at that. That's unbelievable.
It seemed as if the fun would never end.
Look at the disparity in yardage. 171-yard difference. Marino hit from the backside. Fumble the ball. Oh, Lord, Jacksonville has it. The Nitsa ball is live. This is still live. And finally, he rumbles toward the end zone. It's a touchdown.
It was 24-0 at the end of the first quarter, and 42-7 at the end of the first half. Everyone got in on the action, with Jay Fiedler matching Mark Brunell's 2 touchdown passes in the second half.
It's a collision. It's a catch. Elvis with it. Perfect. This is unbelievable. The automatic sprinkler system has come on the goal line. Absolutely perfect.
The scoreboard read 62-7, and the history books revealed the second largest margin of victory in NFL playoff history.
3 big-name players out tonight for the Bucs. Gerald McCoy, Doug Martin, And then Roddy White not playing either.
We couldn't
for the
tell.
Atlanta Falcons.
You wouldn't know it.
Matt Ryan, what are you doing,
Matt
buddy?
had a little something in his eye when he ran out of the tunnel.
Well,
but
he
as
got
you
it
can see,
out.
Throwing darts.
There was no label on that bottle. That's all I know.
25 yards to Julio Jones. Julio would have himself a night. This time, Ryan waiting, creating time, and finding Harry for a wide open touchdown. 7-0 Falcons. That's as close as it would get, guys.
Yes.
Next Falcons drive, same score. Levine Toilolo fumbles. Mark Barry catches it.
Hester.
You got to secure the ball.
But Hester's there to poke it out. Let's take another look at exactly how
He
things
says,
went
not
down.
my house.
Great play by Hester.
Well, just a lot of hustle coming up, drawing the ball out from the back. Now, you wouldn't think an offensive type guy knew how to do this, but he's doing it all tonight.
Mark Barron, ball security, buddy.
Yeah.
8 plays later, Ryan to Julio for the touchdown. Jones had 9 catches for 161 yards. Take me through this one.
Well, listen, it's Matt Ryan, but then, hey, you got time. There's no defense for when Matt Ryan has time and you got Julio Jones. He uncovers in the back of the end zone. Zone coverage does not work versus this offense.
Especially when you're playing
Josh
four.
McCown saying this doesn't work either. Picked off by Kamal Ishmael. Return for the touchdown. Falcons up 21-0.
Seems like he was trying to copy my man Lynch with the diving into the end zone.
Minus one special part of the highlight. But listen, hey, this is a great break on the ball. I mean, Josh McCown should have seen it. I mean, it was tight coverage right over the back shoulder. You know, Ishmael hops in front. Easy interception.
You can't stare down a receiver.
Can't do it. Not in this business.
Well, turnovers are a problem, especially for Bobby Rainey tonight. Stripped by Paul Werlo. Falcons recover on the Bucs 35. McCown would later leave the game with a thumb injury. Things just not going well for them.
Called it highlights and lowlights. Highlights for one team, lowlights for the other.
Well, this is the highlight.
This is definitely
because
gonna be a
Devin
highlight.
Hester hugging his old coach, Lovie Smith. If only Lovie knew what he was going to do to him.
He said, hey, remember when I wanted to sign with you in the offseason? Well,
Yeah,
take
sorry. Take that one. 20-yard touchdown. The Falcons now leading 28-0.
Giving security a little bit of love.
this. Yeah. Hey, high school reverse. Went for 6.
Mike Smith.
Devin's like, you should give me the ball more often. This is what happened.
Later in the second, and here it is. History being made. 62-yard
had no
touchdown on the return.
No chance.
Yeah, no
His
chance.
20th of his career, and he surpasses Deion Sanders for the most return touchdowns in NFL history. Look at that tweet from Prime.
He gives Prime some love with the hand cocked behind the head, the high step from 22 yards out. Special.
Very emotional.
Very exciting night. And so in the first half, 35 points for the Falcons, 0 for the Bucs. Here we are in the third quarter.
Matt
Ryan.
Don't do it to him, Matt. Okay, go ahead.
Now, that was a great catch. Julio was actually turned the opposite way. He had to turn in midair, still concentrate, stay in bounds.
Fantasy. Here's Lovie Smith, 0-3.
The winless Packers left nothing to chance against New Orleans in Week 5. The Saints struck first with a 33-yard John Carney field goal. But the Packers laughed last. Najee Davenport put the Packers ahead for good with a 1-yard touchdown plunge midway through the first quarter to start a 52-point deluge for the Packers. Aaron Brooks contributed to the cause on the next possession, throwing an interception. Then Al Harris took 22 yards for the score. Harris intercepted Brooks again less than a minute later to set up Najee Davenport's second touchdown and a 21-3 second quarter Packers lead. Brett Favre then got into the act, tossing 2 touchdown passes, one to Robert Ferguson and the other to David Martin as the Packers took a 35-3 lead into halftime. Green Bay's defense dominated throughout with 4 sacks and 5 forced turnovers. Early in the third quarter, Brett Favre connected on his 3rd touchdown of the game, a 26-yard strike to Donald Lee. Linebacker Nick Barnett capped the scoring when he took the 5th interception of his career, 95 yards for a touchdown. It was Barnett's first career touchdown and Green Bay's first defensive touchdown of the year. The 52-3 rout gives the Packers their first win at 1-4, while the Saints fall to 2-3.
And Painter isn't ready for the snap.
and the Saints get the first early break. There's a flag down as Painter, as the play clock was ticking down to 0, wasn't ready for the snap. All kinds of confusion in lining up. Recovered by Jonathan Vilma.
You saw Joe Wrights there, the left guard, reach over and tap Jeff Saturday. Jeff Saturday is not even looking back. When Joe Wrights taps Jeff Saturday, that means snap the football, whether or not the quarterback is ready or not.
Personnel, now they go to Thomas in the backfield. Breeze with a lot of time to the end zone. He goes, and it's a touchdown. Second and goal. Breeze to the end zone, and that is caught for a touchdown by Colston.
This place is a little crazy for the no huddle and a young quarterback right now.
Agreed. Very surprising the way they came out. Carter, and he gets taken down, and the ball is loose. The ball is loose. Of course, as is customary, the other team always says, we've got it, we've got it. It certainly has that look. Confirmed. Second and goal as Breeze again has time and throws, and that's caught by Sproles for a touchdown. Second and goal. Ingram is the back. And they give it to the up back. That's Jed Collins, a much traveled free agent pickup, and now they're going to say that he gets in.
The question is, was the knee down first before the reach?
Well, on second down and goal with 2 minutes, the ball is handed off to Carter, and he gets into the end zone.
Ready, what's up?
First and goal. Breeze trying to go up and over 300, and Graham helps him out by making the catch and getting into the end zone. Those are not the passing numbers for Breeze, and Breeze to Graham for the jump ball and the touchdown.
How much Carolina tape did you watch? Because Cam Newton is changing that a little bit now too.
Sproles stays on his feet, gets to the end zone. And the town sparkling on a Sunday night, and their football team is having a heck of an evening. And it continues as the pass is picked off by Lee Torrance. And Lee Torrance is inside the 10. Touchdown.
It is party time in New Orleans.
Skelton's throw to Fitzgerald. Battled for and knocked away. And it looks like Bobby Wagner has the football. And Wagner knocked down inside the 25 of Arizona.
Larry Fitzgerald, he's in position to get the first down. Not a real accurate throw. You saw Thurman got his hand on it. Then K.J. Wright ripped it out. Right here, you'll see K.J. Wright pull at it. It goes down. Thurman hits it with his left hand, bounces right into the breadbasket for Bobby Wagner.
And Lynch carries. Look at Russell Wilson out there blocking for him. Can you believe this? It's a touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown run. Marshawn Lynch leading the way, his quarterback. Marshawn Lynch with 6 rushes, 50 yards already, and a touchdown. And keeps. Wide open is McCoy. Anthony McCoy. All the way inside the 5-yard line. First and goal from the 4-yard line after a 67-yard pass play to Anthony McCoy. Marshawn Lynch. Can he get another touchdown? Yes, he can. Skelton from his own end zone, and it's intercepted. There goes Richard Sherman. That is a touchdown. He fumbles the football, and the Seahawks bat it around, and they have a touchdown. Malcolm Smith in the end zone. 11 seconds remaining and 2 timeouts. Floater. Zach Miller. As Lynch carries. And Marshawn Lynch. He might go. He could go. He did go. Leon Washington and untouched into the end zone. A record-setting run for the littlest Seahawk. Standing at 5'8", and the Seahawks are pouring it on.
Clay Jr. and Clay the third, and Aaron Rodgers playing well again. Lots of touchdown passes coming up. The first touchdown run, 7-0.
Make sure you say whose highlight this was. Green Bay Packer highlights because wasn't any Tennessee Titan.
No, there was not.
Randall Cobb, great catch. How about the throw by Aaron Rodgers? Just making that look easy.
Yeah, he does a great job throwing the ball with accuracy on the run. Better athlete than I think most people want to give him credit for.
Cobb's 8th touchdown pass of the year. Meanwhile, Jake Locker's struggling, looking for Kenny Britt, picked off by Sam Shields.
And that's what this Green Bay secondary has. A lot of guys back there that are ball hawkers, can make plays on the ball. Great job by Sam Shields.
All right, how about another pick? Looking for Damian Williams. That's not necessarily his fault. A little behind him. Picked off by Eric Walden.
You know what that is? That's the interception that comes from a team that has basically given up on the rest of the game.
Second quarter. Wow. Packers up 17-0. This is 3rd and 1, and Aaron Rodgers has a wide open Greg Jennings.
Why not hit him?
Just missed it. Just missed it.
But see, I can't say that's Aaron's fault because a healthy Greg Jennings should get to that football. He might be used to the faster Greg Jennings. Greg Jennings come back from injury.
Third quarter, Packers up 20-0. Randall Cobb from his own 4.
Smart
Eventually,
play.
well, he has a foot out of bounds there, guys.
Well, I believe that gives them the ball at the 40-yard line.
No, it does.
Right.
That counts as the ball going out of bounds.
That's right.
Exactly. There you go.
Smart move.
I was trying to tell you.
That's one of those scenarios that coaches tell you about, but you don't a lot of times see the players execute.
Very smart.
But that's very smart. Very
Packers
heavy.
start on the 40. There's a wide open Randall Cobb again. 31-yard gain. The Packers moving into Titans territory.
Talented and smart. That's a good combination.
It is good.
See a lot of that young man and myself got done.
DeJuan Harris sees the end zone there from 7 yards out. The Packers off and running 27-0. He just barely got enough for the Lambeau lead. Fourth quarter, Packers up 34-0. Aaron Rodgers still in the game, and he's still throwing, guys.
Yeah, that's quick pass. But behind that offensive line, I would think that Mike McCarthy would get Aaron Rodgers out of the game sooner rather than later. He's been banged around all season long behind that O-line, so looks like he did get to the sidelines before. So.
They need to work on the running game more than the passing game, so why not get that running game going, run some plays that you want to work on, instead of doing what you know is a guarantee, and that's Aaron Rodgers throwing the football.
The Packers throwing the football very well today. Aaron Rodgers, another very strong afternoon in the last 10 games, 25 touchdowns and only 4 interceptions.
When Super Bowl Sunday finally arrived, Mike Singletary thought about the coach who was leaving and the head coach who had made good on his promise.
And all I could think about was 3 years ago, this man walked in the room and said, if you just stand with me, if you just believe in me, we'll be at the dance in 3 years. And here we were.
One of the most dominant defenses ever saved its best for last.
The snap to Grogan, the blitz is on, over the left side he goes.
Those guys, they did look like a bunch of mad dogs in that game. I mean, it looked like they almost were, that they had a contest to see who got to the quarterback.
MVP Richard Dent led a history-making defense that had 7 sacks and allowed just 7 rushing yards. In the third quarter, the Patriots had minus yards.
I'll tell you what, this defense has been incredible. They knock your socks off just to watch it. Total decimation of the AFC champion New England Patriots.
Like New England's quarterbacks, there was no escape for Walter Payton. On the game's greatest stage, Chicago's greatest player was a marked man.
Wherever Walter went, they were sure going to keep an eye on him. And that was their focus, which they did a nice job, but they forgot about everybody else. We ran a play-action pass. I mean, as soon as I faked the ball to Walter, you see in the film, there's 5, 6 guys heading his way, and Willie's just running straight up the gut. And had I thrown it half a yard further, he might have taken it 96.
Payton's mere presence allowed others to shine.
Set up!
Matt Suhey was one of 6 different Bears to score. McMahon scored twice, but the keyed up and keyed on Payton never found the end zone. Eventually, even Payton, along with thousands of frozen fans back in Chicago, fixed their gaze on the fridge.
He just grabbed everything. It was kind of almost a toss to him because I got tired of getting my arm yanked out of socket.
First and goal from the 1 yard line. Hand off to the bridge. William Perry has scored on a 1-yard touchdown run in the Super Bowl.
It was coming together with a group of men, and we did it. I'm a world champion.
70 years ago, on December 8, 1940, the Washington Redskins hosted the Chicago Bears in the NFL championship game. For the first time, a NFL championship game was being broadcast nationally to 120 radio stations across the country. It was a rematch of a game won by the Redskins 7-3 3 weeks earlier. Perhaps the fans on hand at Griffith Stadium were looking forward to a defensive battle between the league's top two teams. But just 3 plays into the game, there was a sense that this might not be a low-scoring affair, at least for the Bears. Chicago's Bill Osmanski took a handoff, ran around the right end, and exploded for a 68-yard touchdown run to put the Bears out in front 7-0. On the very next series, the Redskins' Sammy Baugh drilled a 35-yard TD pass to Charlie Malone at the goal line, but Malone dropped the ball. The Redskins then missed a 32-yard field goal attempt, and that was it. For on this day, it was all Chicago. Bears coach George Halas implemented the T formation in place of the normal single-wing offense being used in the NFL at that time. His quarterback, Hall of Famer Sid Luckman, ran the T to perfection. The result? The most lopsided game in NFL history. Chicago had a 28-0 lead by halftime and continued to pour it on throughout the second half as they added 26 points in the third quarter and 19 in the fourth to defeat the Redskins 73-0. The Monsters of the Midway weren't just about offense, as the Bears' defense recorded a playoff record 8 interceptions. 3 of those picks were returned for TDs. The scoring onslaught was so great that there were no more game balls to be used. The Bears had kicked them all into the stands on extra points throughout the afternoon. In fact, Washington pleaded with the Bears not to attempt point afters on their last 2 TDs. The game was finished using practice balls. Perhaps the day was best summed up by Washington's Hall of Fame quarterback Sammy Baugh. When asked by a reporter after the game whether the outcome would have been different had Malone not dropped that TD pass early in the game, Slinging Sammy replied, "Sure, it would have been 73-7.